So, that being said, I always like to start with the tweeter just because it's so beautiful and I like to snap it in and feel good about the day, you know. You don't even need any glue. It's like, it snaps perfectly in there. You can see. I'm anal, so I do put glue just a little bit, but you don't need it. Just to show you how it fits in there. All right, so that out of the way, we take our mid base, drop it down. As you can see, this is very complicated stuff. Now, the key with the mid-range is you get all of them snug. So don't wrench down one nut and then go and get all the rest of them real tight, just a little bit at a time. Snug them all up. Snug, 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 snug. And again, always hand tools. Don't ever use, if I hear about you guys using power tools, I'm coming to your house. We're going to have a long talk. Okay, so plug in our tweeter to our mid-range, like so. Little cap snaps in just like the factory one did. Got a little bit of extra wire. Let's see. Let's make it pretty. I might go grab a wire tie here before I put everything back together. But yeah. So we got everything there out of the way. This will plug back into the factory connector in the door panel. Believe it or not, I mean, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's pretty straightforward. And again, sound deadening all around through here. Even up in here, just cut it into little strips and put it down in there. We want this panel as dead as possible. So that covers the mid-range and tweeter installation here in the front of our X3. Pretty straightforward. So let's get the door panel back on, move to the back doors, move back around the front of the car, and knock out the iPod Android install as well. All right, guys, so we've got everything back installed, ready to put the panel on. I wanted to go over the reinstallation of the airbag. Again, I'm doing this by myself. You don't need to have anybody helping you with this. Just be conscientious while you're doing it. And the key with these airbags is making sure that we get these bolts back snug. And again, hand tightening is the key. We don't want to use any power tools. I don't care if your cousin just got a new DeWalt 38 volt lithium ion powered by moon dust drill. You guys want to try it out? It's not the car. This is certainly not the time. I'd like to see that, however, if you have one. So you can email me at jws@bavsound.com if you have anything that is currently powered by moon dust. Because I would be pretty impressed. Okay, so now that we've got the airbag reattached, we're going to plug the door panel back in, plug our window switch back in, and lastly, guide our, of course we've got our speaker plugged in as well, don't forget to do that. And lastly, we guide the lock on. Now, what's cool about these X3s, did a really good job with aligning everything. You feel the door align itself. So I start on the top, no force really needed, and then for the rest of it, you kind of just lift up a little bit, not a whole lot. Done. So at this point, we'll take our Torx T30 again. I'm not going to make you guys watch this because it's super boring. I'm just going to put all the bolts back in and we're done with the front doors. So at this point, we're going to move to the rear doors, which come apart identically to the front, but there's a little bit of difference in what we do on the back side of things. So we'll join you guys there to go over the mid-range and tweeter upgrade for the rear doors of your X3 here in just a moment. All right, guys, so here we are at the back door of our X3. We're going to get these panels off. As you can see, they're largely identical to the front. In fact, they are. Some of these have airbags in the rear. Some of them don't. This particular one does not, so therefore there will not be a screw here. So it's just going to be 1, 2, or 2, 3. If you do have airbags, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, just like before. And then the airbag removal process will be the same as the front door. So if you haven't watched the front door video, please do so now. Another little confession, we forgot to tell you over on the workbench only on the rear doors. Sometimes it's an issue, sometimes it's not. We need to pop off the little boot from the mid base. As you'll see when you get back there is not very much room. I've had some cars where I didn't need to take the boot off. I've had some where I do. So I figure I might as well tell you to just take the boot off so it's not an issue and you don't have to fidget with the door and try to get it back on there. Doesn't affect the sound quality, doesn't affect the performance of the driver. It's just a way to make it look a little bit prettier so you don't have to see the raw ferrite, which I kind of dig. But anyway, we wanted to let you guys know that before you put everything back together. So once you get your rear doors off, you get to your workspace, you apply your sound deadening, pop the boot off of the motor structure before you come and reinstall the door panel. So that being said, let's get over to the workspace and show you how to do the mid-range and all that good stuff. All right, guys, so we're back. We've got the rear door off. Again, like we showed you before, it just pops right off. Only difference is most of these X3s don't have rear tweeters because most of them came with the base audio system. So you'll see there's a black blank panel here. We're going to remove that and replace it with a tweeter, believe it or not. So we're actually going to go from 6 factory speakers to 8 BSW speakers. And again, your ears will tell you the difference. Yes, they will. All right, so this little guy is held in by 3 clips. Kind of pry it out of there. It is tight in there. You're not going to mess anything up, so don't worry. And if you've got a tweeter in here, well, you're going to pry the tweeter out in the same fashion. So, oh, come on. It also helps if you talk to the plastic or any inanimate object for that matter. Boy, this one is... There we go. All right, so we're going to replace this piece of plastic with the BSW 25mm silk dome tweeter. So a little difference there. So tweeter, just like that. Snaps right in. BSW mid-range, again, out with the factory, in with the BSW. Look at that. Plugs right in. This guys. Again, the way we attach our mid-range, we snug everything up before we start seriously tightening. So we just get them snug, snug, and snug. And then we go back around, tight, tight, tight. And again, sound deadening material. All through here as much as you can. Anything you have left over on this brittle plastic, make sure you get it nice and covered. You can check out our sound deadening supplements on YouTube as well. Plug our tweeter into our mid-range. Just tuck this. No big deal there. Just get it tucked out of the way like so. This will plug right back into the factory plug once we get it over to the door panel. And that's going to complete the rear speakers here in our X3. So from here, we're going to swing back around. Well, you'll do the driver's side on your own. Identical, of course, to the passenger side. So we've completed the Stage 1 upgrade here in our X3. We're up in the driver's seat taking a listen to some of our favorite tunes. Transformative is the only word you need to know when thinking about what this does for the sound quality in your X3. For more information, please check us out, www.bavsound.com. Check out our YouTube channel, Bavsound, Vimeo, Bavsound. And always you can contact us, info@BavarianSoundworks. See you guys soon.